So now what I want to do is show you how we can correct it. Just kind of looking through, we've got two options. We can do an inventory adjustment. I'm going to talk through that, or the issue of receiving team hasn't had a chance to receive. So we'll go through both of those. So first, let's use our widget 3 for the example. And let's say that we did have enough to fulfill that order. And now after fulfilling the order, our quantity on hand is 0. Okay, so we want to make an inventory adjustment to remove the negative 45 quantity and value, and we want to make it 0. Okay, so I'm going to come here to make an inventory adjustment that's found under our inventory area. So we've got inventory, adjust quantity, value on hand. And you can see here you've got some options that you need to set up. So adjustment type, you have 3 options. You have quantity, where I'm just adjusting the quantity. You've got value, is my quantity is correct, but my average cost needs to be adjusted, or quantity and total value. I always use quantity and total value because that allows me to see what both of them are and to make sure they're accurate. I'm going to choose quantity and total value. Your adjustment date is going to be based on one of 2 things. Either if you do cycle counts and you're kind of spot checking your inventory, you're going to date it the date that you do that count, or sometimes we wait until month end to do a cleanup, and so we would date it month end. Okay, I'm going to leave it as 4/24 because that's the date that we created the invoice, just so we'll get it all cleaned up. And then your adjustment account. So this should be a cost of goods sold account. And sometimes we just leave it cost of goods sold, but a lot of times what I see on their chart of accounts is they actually have an inventory adjustment account so that they can track how many dollars are we having to write up. That's that kind of allows us to keep an eye on if we are constantly having to do inventory adjustments. We need to be able to stop and say something is going on with our process. If we are doing all the steps inside of QuickBooks correctly, we shouldn't constantly have inventory adjustments. So by creating an inventory adjustment on your cost of goods sold will allow you to keep an eye on that balance and allow you to kind of say, stop team, we need to review our workflow. Okay, so from here, we can either choose find and select. If you have multiple items, you can check, check, check. Or if you're just doing one like we were doing, you can type it in. So I'm just going to type in, it's our widget 3. You can see it pops up and it tells us what our current quantity on hand is, which is negative 45. And what we want to do is we want to make it 0. So I'm going to choose for new quantity and I'm going to enter 0. We're going to verify that our new value is also 0 because again, if we don't have quantity, we don't have a value. And so you can see down here, our total adjustment is saying move these dollars out of my inventory asset account and move those to my adjustment account that I chose cost of goods sold. So let's save that. And let's go look back at our reporting. So if we come back to our inventory evaluation, we're going to see that now our widget 3 is 0. That negative asset value is gone. So now we have this healthy $10,000 as our inventory valuation asset.